Hi guys, welcome to the Fight Edge channel. Former World Heavyweight Champion Anthony Joshua is ready to give the green light to the fight between WBA, WBO and IBF title holder Alexander Usyk and WBC champion Tyson Fury. The famous British journalist Gareth Davis writes about this in an article for the Telegraph. According to Davis, Joshua is close to taking compensation in the amount of £15 million, just over $20 million, and refusing an immediate rematch with Usyk in favor of Fury. An insider reports that a mega fight for the title of absolute champion may take place in the Middle East. At some time, it is expected that Joshua will be the first to get the opportunity to fight the winner of the Usyk-Fury duel. However, in this situation, Fury still needs to deal with Dillian White, who is a mandatory contender for his title. The teams of fighters cannot hold promotional auctions in any way. That would clarify the situation around their possible fight. Early Fury's promoter Frank Warren said that he hopes to arrange a fight between Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. Friends, before starting to watch this video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. If you really enjoy the content, then please subscribe to my channel and keep watching the videos. If you are subscribed, then you receive notifications about the release of new videos. You do not even have to look for anything personally. I really want to get 10,000 subscribers on my channel. I'm trying very hard absolutely every day and I need your support. Your likes, comments, reposts to social networks. Thanks to everyone who subscribes to my channel. You are my support. Thank you so much. The Middle East mega fight between heavyweights Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk may be announced next week. This was hinted at by the sub-promoter of the British WBC world champion Frank Warren. On Wednesday, January 26, promotional auctions for the right to organize a fight between Fury and mandatory challenger Dillian White are due to take place. The parties are unlikely to find a common language, and Fury is not eager to go out against a fellow countryman. Meanwhile, Usyk is set for a rematch with Anthony Joshua after the victory of the boxer from Ukraine in September, when he took away the IBF, WBA and WBO belts from that one. However, these fights can be postponed for the sake of a mega fight, in which the absolute leader of the division will be revealed. To do this, Joshua needs to take the compensation money and step aside, allowing Usyk to hold the next fight with Fury. We are still working on the details, but I think we will make some progress this weekend, and then we will have something to announce, Warren told Manchester Evening News. Everyone in boxing wants to see a fight for the absolute between Tyson and Usyk. I want to see him just as a fan. So this is the fight we are trying to have. If there is no such fight yet, but Alexander will have a return match, then Joshua's former coach knows how Anthony can defeat Usyk in a rematch. Promoter Eddie Hearn from Match Boxing suddenly made a mess of all the lawyers in heavyweight, says there is a lot of money in the Middle East. According to him, some investors, whose names he has not announced yet, are ready to fork out well to organize a fight for the title of absolute world champion between the owners of all heavyweight division belts Tyson Fury from Britain and Alexander Usyk from Ukraine in the first half of 2022. Allegedly, the investor is even ready to satisfy the financial requests of Britain's Anthony Joshua and Dillian White, who should become the next rivals of Usyk and Fury. They will agree to step aside for a while and give their colleagues the opportunity to fight for the absolute. Nevertheless, promoter Bob Arum is against all these tricky Hearn's shames. Into the furnace holidays, let Fury fight White and Usyk fight Joshua, and then let the winners determine the absolute world champion in a face-to-face fight. Arum claims that the largest indoor arena in Britain has already been reserved for the Fury vs White fight. In Al Haymon's Premier Boxing Champions, they say that Fury never became a superstar in the USA, so he returns to Britain. Arum strongly disagrees. it's not like that. He can continue to perform in America, gather crowds, earn a lot of money, but he really needs a solid opponent, a fighter who will be known in the USA. That's it, such as the same Andy Ruiz Jr. Who else? Perhaps Robert Helenius, whom fans remember from his performance in Fury's undercard, and Luis Ortiz. He is well suited to fight in the United States. All the boxers listed above by Arum perform in Heyman's Premier Boxing Champions. Earlier, the Daily Star wrote that Joshua wants $20 million in compensation and White wants almost $7 million. The IBF continued to try to find a heavyweight in its rating who would agree to fight with the winner of the 2016 Olympic Games, Horvatian Filip Hrgović, for the title of a mandatory challenger to the current champion Ukrainian Alexander Usyk. Early ex-champion Joseph Parker and ex-challenger Luis Ortiz had already refused to fight, and Tony Yoka will not be able to take part in the eliminator, since he has a valid contract for a duel with Martin Bakole Lunga. The insiders claims that yesterday the IBF sent notifications to representatives of Britain Joe Joyce and German Agit Kabayel, who are next in the ranking of the organization. Joe Joyce is very likely to be among the refuseniks. He has no need to take risks. He is number 1 in the WBO and recently injured his wrist and will not return to the ring before April. It is another fact that the mandatory IBF contender will fight with Usyk. He is forced to first give a rematch to ex-champion Anthony Joshua, who said the other day, "I will beat Alexander, whether you like it or not." American heavyweight veteran Christopher Lovejoy, in an interview with the Boxing Social channel, shared his opinion about his colleague Dillian White and gave a forecast for the White Fury fight. "I have no respect for him because he blocked me on Instagram and I don't even know him. We have never met. Our paths have not crossed. Why did you block me? I didn't shut him out. He commented on what he wanted. He blocked me, so I don't respect him as a person. He blocked me on Instagram for no reason. If he fights Tyson Fury, he will be smeared. To me, he is a coward." He says this. "Oh, my title fight, come out, Wilder. Now you have the opportunity to fight Tyson Fury and you don't even say anything about it. You are not doing anything to make this fight happen. You can call his promoter and say, listen, let's start negotiations. 18 by 20, 25 by 75, anything. I'm going to win this fight, this is the fight I want." He just talks. Every time someone calls him, he goes off topic. "Oh, this guy, blah blah blah." He never accepts real challenges. People call him all the time. It's no secret that American heavyweight knockout Christopher Lovejoy is on bad terms with British WBC Dillian White. The veteran once again took a ride on White's opposition and criticized his behavior on the eve of the upcoming fight with Fury. Dillian White has been crying in the media for 3 years in a row to get his title fight, and now that the fight is literally on his desk, he doesn't say anything about it. He is not saying he is willing to do anything for the fight. He doesn't say anything at all. He's really afraid to fight a real heavyweight. He didn't beat anyone. I fought with a couple of people, but in fact I didn't beat anyone at this level. I don't know why people praise him so much. Well, he really didn't beat anyone. Christopher Lovejoy said in an interview. UFC heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou believed that WBC heavyweight title holder Tyson Fury will defeat mandatory challenger Dillian White if they do meet in the ring. Fury is good. I mean, it doesn't matter who Fury fights, but you have to give him credit. He fought with a man like Deontay Wilder and won that fight. Although at times it was possible to think that the fight was over. However, this guy is able to rise from the dead and win the fight. Fury is good. He knows how to handle a guy like White. So I will choose Fury, Francis Ngannou said in a video posted on his YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel.